Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? Hope you're really having fun. Raphinha back on Arsenal's transfer radar. Guys, big story coming in through from El Nacional, and you're obviously going to talk about Neuer and very many other stories in there for you. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And an hour from dropping this video, we're obviously going to be coming live to break down the match preview of Arsenal versus a team known as Burnley at the Emirates. It's obviously going to be buzzing tomorrow at the Emirates because they know if they win, they pile more pressure onto Manchester City in there for you. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share, and continue to subscribe. And we're here to bring you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. So let's obviously get deep down into this beautiful story that most of you are gonna be shocked about it back on the radar in there for you. Now, when you look at a site known as El Nacional Web, they've told us that Raphinha is reportedly on Arsenal's radar if the club parts ways with Kai Havertz and Gabriel Martinelli this summer. Arteta is believed to be a big fan of the Barcelona star. Now, let me bring you up to speed, those that were not here. In the summer of 2022, Arsenal went in for Raphinha. Raphinha was playing for Leeds and was tearing everything apart. The suitors of Raphinha were very, very many, to an extent that all of them went ahead to meet the asking price of Leeds, but it was all left for the player to decide where he was going. And amidst the club that he wanted most putting in their price or their money last, he chose onto that club. And what club am I talking about? I'm talking about Barcelona in there for you. Now, how did it start? It all started when Raphinha, right? It all started when Raphinha went ahead to agree a deal with a team known as Barcelona, because I think Deco happened to be his agent, I think, by then. And they thought he could move to Barcelona for only 30 million euros from Leeds. But because this wasn't a release clause agreed on in a contract, with the very many clubs showing interest in the player known as Raphinha, things went ahead to change. And what happened? The price had to obviously go north. And when it went north, obviously a bidding war came in through, and the last he could live for was, I think, 60 million pounds. Arsenal met that price. Spurs met that price. Chelsea met that price. Barcelona was really delaying. And in the due course of them delaying, guess what happened? They came up with what we call a plan to obviously sign the player. They told Deco, his agent, that we are obviously going to be signing the player and let the player hold in a little bit there. Now, all these clubs were kept abreast of what was happening, and the player told them, I'll only come and play for either Arsenal or Chelsea or Spurs if at all Barcelona fail to sign me. That's what he told them. So Arsenal, by that time, had Edu Gaspar, the Brazilian, as their sporting director, and they were like, obviously, it has gone ahead to fail. And they had already gone ahead to bring in Gabriel Jesus, right? I think that's the season that saw Zinchenko coming through. Who else had they signed? You know, they want to bring in some good players in here for you for the club of Arsenal. So that is the genesis of all this. Now, in 2022, the summer, Arsenal wanted to sign Raphinha, and they never got him because he snubbed them and went to Barcelona. Now that Barcelona feel like they want to make him more money and they can sell him expensively, obviously they're like, we can sell the player. One of the teams that have him on their radar is Arsenal. Raphinha at Barcelona, he has gone ahead to turn out as a machine that is really unstoppable if you've been following up onto what he has been putting out at that side in as far as stats are really concerned. Now, when you look at in the La Liga, 21 games, 11 goals and 3 assists. Champions League, 7 games, 3 goals and 2 assists. Espana, he had 4 goals and 1 assist. Last season in the La Liga, he scored 18 goals and 10 assists. Man was on fire. Champions League, 13 goals and 7 assists. Now, why is this very important for Arsenal to obviously get in players like this? Because a club known as Arsenal has reached a level of getting in finished articles. That's the level that Arsenal is at right now. If they don't really move past that, then they will never turn out to be that world-class team. So they need to bring in players like Raphinha, huge experience, who scores hat-tricks in the Champions League single-handedly, and he has been consistent in there for you. And the other factor is he is a Premier League proven player, He knows the Premier League very well. He knows the Premier League very well. And when he comes in through, obviously, if you're told you are Arsenal, you'll be blessed because he's a multi-dimensional player. That's another factor that obviously speaks volumes about his coming in to Arsenal in there, because he can play as a right forward, he can play as a left forward, he can play as a false number 9, he can play as a number 10. So if you want to play him anywhere, he will be a variable and will give you all those minerals that he obviously has in there for you. So he's a recipe that Arsenal should obviously get in. He's one of the ingredients that Arsenal need to put into their recipe next season to obviously come and continue fighting hard for these trophies where they are now. So for me, I think he'll be a perfect signing, because that means if you offload Kai Havertz and Gabriel Martinelli, as we've been told, you have this one player who can give you all what these two give you. If you want to play him as a left forward, he'll play there. If you want to play him as a central midfielder, he'll play there. If you want to play him as a left forward, he'll give you that. And a center forward, he also give you that option, meaning that in that one player, you can obviously get a lot from him. But the big question is, what will happen to the player? That is it. What will happen to what will happen to the problems that he's really having? Because this season he has been disturbed a lot by injuries. Injuries have been disturbing Raphinha a lot. So we wait to see how things really pan out onto him. But it's really very important to let you know that the guy is really one of those that has gone ahead to put in a very huge shift to see to it that he comes in through the club of Arsenal. So the price that Barcelona has gone ahead to set to let this player leave is unknown for now. And if it's really unknown for now, you can't come up here and obviously speculate. But I know they will be charging like 60 million euros in there for you. His age to me doesn't matter, because players now play until the age of 35, even 40. If at all they've gone ahead to obviously manage themselves better. So Raphinha back on Arsenal's radar, and Arteta looks like he's one of those players. He should obviously get in through to see to it that he comes and really levels up the side of Arsenal. Coming in through at Arsenal, he'll meet his fellow Brazilians, if they happen to stay, Martinelli, there is a big Gabi, for him he'll be there. He'll be having Jesus, who I think will obviously leave in there for you. So for the club of Arsenal, we wait and see what that means to them in there. And obviously hinting on that Brazilian means that Arsenal might offload the other 2 Brazilians, and maybe Gabriel Magalhaes won't feel at home, and they'll be like, we need to bring another Brazilian who he'll obviously be happy with, because they have 3 Brazilians in Gabriel Magalhaes, Gabriel Jesus, and Gabriel Martinelli, the Holy Gabi Trinity at Arsenal in there for you. So we'll leave it at that, and I'm waiting for your reactions in the comment section below about that. Now, Nicolas Otamendi obviously has gone ahead to obviously leave the club known as Benfica as a free agent. Decision confirmed. The Argentine defender will start a new chapter soon. Now, Otamendi is one of those players that is a World Cup winner, and he is one of those that came in to Benfica to put in a very huge shift. And remember, they've gone ahead to obviously play under Jose Mourinho and very many managers in there. But it looks like he needs something better from what he's having. And to me, the level at which he is right now is obviously go and do the needful. And what's the needful? He should obviously go ahead and really look for money. Either he goes to the US or he goes to Saudi Pro League to obviously make some money for himself. But he's a decent defender. At Man City, he won very many trophies. At Benfica, he has been there. He has lifted the World Cup, Copa America, and very many others in there for you. So that's exactly what this guy is all about. And I feel like it's high time he really went ahead to make money. And I know USA might be his next destination as a defender in the other World Cup. I don't think that. He'll obviously be that one man to partner Cristiano Romero in the central defense. I think this time around, it's a chance for Lisandro Martinez to take over, because I do believe he's really a better player than him. And Argentina will need a player like Lisandro Martinez to obviously play at the central defense. If you watch the game of Man United today, Lisandro Martinez was from another planet, I tell you, in there for you. And I think if you play Otamendi in the central defense right now, because he has slowed down on his pace, and I think age is catching up on him, that means Argentina will be hanging on a very light thread. Their chances will be hanging on a light thread, I tell you. That is it. So that is Otamendi for you. Now, let's go to Germany. Manuel Neuer has come up and obviously said the following. Remember, he got off the international team on national engagements, and he said, I don't rule out World Cup return. It's not a topic now. Ask the coach. So he might be one of those people that maybe Nagelsmann will be like, get me one more season. I want to take you to the World Cup and be my first choice goalkeeper. I don't think that Manuel Neuer can accept an invite to go to the World Cup when he's obviously going to be one of those players who is obviously going to be played off the bench. You get? So he's like, not really. So he's like, ask the manager, and I think they're trying to really throw a stone in the bush to see what comes out from there, because the player himself knows to it that he really hung his boots at the national team. And I don't know what has gone ahead, obviously, why this question was going to have to come into play. But I think his, obviously, PR team is trying to do the needful about this. So guys, I think I've gone ahead to break down all these stories, and I'm waiting for your reactions in the comment section below. Rokani David it is, and I've told you, 1 hour after uploading this video, I'm returning with the match preview. Arsenal taking on a team known as Burnley. Big game. What does it mean to the club of Arsenal? And I know Emirates is gonna be buzzing. Do you know the price of a ticket to watch that game of football tomorrow? You know, all that and more into the comment section below.